Oh man.
Alrighty. Just about done. Whew, boy, I'm professional.
We are. We made it happen. This is what professionals do.
Exactly. Okay, so I guess this is BOD Talk. I haven't technically named this yet, so
Oh, I like it.
this is BOD Talk.
Bot talk.
Yes. So would you mind telling people who you are and why they should care about you?
Oh, good. You should care about me because
BOD
I
Talk. I
am
haven't.
intrinsically careable, aboutable because I'm human. First off. Secondly, I care about you. I really do. I really care about people, which is why I have created a podcast for just creating resiliency for dark days.
Your podcast is
Feeling
amazing,
ugly.
by the
Oh,
way.
thank you. I
Um,
appreciate that.
yeah, it's uh, when I first started watching it, I was going through a or listening to, excuse me, was a very bad time. So it helped me pull through a lot of things. So,
I'm
I
so
highly
glad.
suggest it to anyone that might be looking for a podcast because it's extremely motivational, extremely inspiring.
Oh, I'm
Um,
so glad.
yeah. So continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's good. I'm humbled. I'm humbled to be a part of anyone's journey, really. And all the strategies that I share are totally, rooted from my own struggles and stuff. So I have sympathy and empathy.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
uh, and so you do music too, correct?
I do.
And what
I
kind of
do.
style do you have?
You know, I'm a freelance violinist,
Okay.
so I play all kinds of styles when I'm doing violining.
Yeah.
But I'm creating some original stuff right now too, and that's harder to explain. I think it's hard for creatives to explain their own music
Yeah.
genre,
Yes.
because people could be like, "Oh, you sound like so and so." You're like, "No, I don't," even if you do. I think it's folk rock Americana.
Okay.
No,
All
so
right.
my background is really, really diverse. I'm like listening to Dream Theater, but I'm also like jamming some bluegrass,
I
like
can
old school
respect
bluegrass,
it. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean that's kind of what music is. I mean it takes portions of everything and kind of meshes it together and that's how it evolves because otherwise I
Yeah.
mean it's the same notes. There's only so many
Yeah,
notes in music. So
it's true. Mm-hmm.
so how long
Yeah.
have you been playing music or
I've
violin?
been, well, okay, good question. Definitely a difference there. I've been playing violin since I was about 14. So I started later in life, which is a good thing to note because a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't start when I was 5. I guess I can't do it. But it's
Yeah.
not true. You can totally start later in
I mean,
life.
yeah, you can start at 30 and do it. I mean, it's
Yeah. My dad started cello in his 40s
that's
and
amazing.
like he got good enough to play for weddings and dinner parties and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah,
That's
very
awesome.
inspiring.
So and then music in general, you said you since your whole life, you said?
Yes, my
Okay.
whole life. Yeah. Both of my parents were and are musicians and named me Melody.
Ah, okay. Well, that I mean, so it's kind of fate
So,
that you had to get into music, huh?
yeah, I'm grateful that I
No.
got into music. I feel like that was, yeah, my name paved a way somehow.
So, do you are you classically trained? Like you have music theory and all that? I do not. I play by ear. That's all. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh,
Uh,
that's awesome though.
yes. So do you? I personally view music as like a language because I'm
Yeah.
dyslexic, so words just never did it for me. But music, you make that emotional connection, and they can take you on journeys. And so, do
Yeah.
you also? I mean, you view it as a language, as a way to convey those emotions and take people on journeys.
I do. I do. And I think that that is one of the most attractive things about music is that
Mhm.
it really does cross cultures
Yeah.
in this way that, you know, just one language doesn't get to do.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. It really is. To be able to sit in a room with, all kinds of different people from all kinds of different backgrounds, hear the same song and it provoke possibly similar emotions
Yeah.
in the individuals. And yeah, it's so cool to be a part of.
So, do you enjoy being on stage? Do you enjoy performing, or do you get nervous, anxious?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I actually don't get stage fright or stage anxiety. I get totally pumped up. It's one of my favorite parts of life.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
which is
I can relate with that. Back when I used to play for ATV, and I loved getting on stage. Like I would get a little bit nervous, but it wasn't, it wasn't a big
yeah,
deal. No one's gonna care. They're coming to have a good time, and
yes.
I was bad at guitar, so it didn't matter. uh,
That's great. Yeah. It is that concept that everyone might be looking at you, but they're there in their own world.
yeah.
So it just takes this amazing amount of pressure off because like as a performer, you are there for them. They're
hmm
not there for you. So that's a cool way to
Yeah,
look
and I
at it.
mean, and it's really not the end of the world if you mess up, right?
Oh, it's
Because the
true. I mean, I
majority of the time,
totally have. Yeah.
majority of the times, you're oh man, I know I messed up here. Like what? You messed up? Like no, I
Yeah.
didn't mess up at all.
Yeah, oh, totally. And I feel like this is something that I tell my students when I'm teaching
hmm
is that you just have to get a certain amount of mistakes out of the way. Like just do it. You're going to get up there and it's going to be like only 80% of what you can actually do. Muscle through it, get past it, and then you can get on to having some really good concerts but
So you also you teach. I'm also ADD. I apologize for that.
that's
It just
great.
goes. So you teach violin as well?
I do. I teach all the different instruments,
Okay,
but I haven't been teaching this summer. So I'm going to be offering music lessons back up, starting with school.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you said
Teaching online
all of the
isn't
other
very fun.
instruments.
Oh, not all the other.
Every instrument known to man,
Every
I teach
instrument
it.
there ever is. The sitar. No, I actually guitar, piano, ukulele, vocals, a little bit of bass, and then some violin.
So, Mike Martinez says, any plans of you making any appearances with Roman Street in the future again? Loved your work with those guys. It really brought it all together even more.
Oh, thank you. So Roman Street actually was about to release an album that I am on. I'm on the newest, latest release of the Roman Street album. I'm not sure when slash if that's available in 2020. We have to see. Fun fact, real quick, we were going to have the CD release show the day that the Corona quarantine hit. So we were all like, practicing, prepping,
Yeah.
like ready. And then the city of Fairhope was like, hey, no,
Oh,
shutting this down. And we were like, really? What? So
that's
I will be playing with them. Actually, they're doing like some online shows on
okay.
Wednesday nights.
Okay.
So I will be playing with them in September.
So, are you also doing shows yourself then as well, alone?
Well, I haven't done shows online, but I will actually, if you check out my Facebook page, I have two different ones now, but one is like a fan like
Mm-hmm.
musician thing, and I'll be announcing some online shows
Okay.
there coming up
Nice.
soon.
Very nice. So, do you have any merch or anything that people can check
I
out?
do. Oh, I'm so happy you asked. This makes me really happy. I have t-shirts. They have wolves on them and it just says my name. They're limited edition. They will never be printed again. So you should get your hands on one. It's just melodyduncanmusic.com.
Let's
You
see if
can
I can find
purchase
this
them
a
there.
picture of one.
Ooh, thank you. Hooray. Yeah, I'm really excited about them. They're
They look
limited
really
edition.
good.
This is also a fun fact for only your podcast listeners.
Oh.
It has my middle name on it, Melody Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, anyway, my album and all the other stuff that I'm on just says Melody Duncan. So that's why they're limited.
Oh.
I have my middle name on it. But
Very nice. Okay, so that's exclusive to you guys. No one else knows.
it's true.
No one else knows in the world, just like all the other instruments in the world. So, okay, can you play a hurdy-gurdy? Have you played a hurdy-gurdy?
Oh my gosh, I love a hurdy-gurdy, and I've held one. I have not played one.
How did you not play it?
Well, I played it, but it wasn't like, I
Okay,
mean, I
okay.
wasn't like,
Yeah, but you
I
still
am now a
played it. No,
skilled.
but you
Yeah.
played it. I want to play
Okay,
one
I played
so
it.
bad.
Yeah.
I got that just to build. I thought it would be fun, and it sounds
So
terrible. I knew
cool.
it was going
Right.
to, but ever since I was like, man, because I'm trying to learn cello, and I'm terrible at it, and no idea what I'm doing. But then I got the hurdy-gurdy, and I was like, man, this just I could play it. I feel like I would love playing it. It's just I don't
Yes.
have one. Um,
Hey, I understand. I the one that I played was actually at a fair or a like an expo, and the
uh,
guy was really good at it.
that's
He's
awesome.
an
So
older
you can make
gentleman.
so many different sounds with them.
Yeah, it's
Um,
intriguing.
so tell us about your podcast.
Yes, my podcast has season 2 coming out next week.
Awesome.
So I'm excited about that. So it'll start Monday will be the launch
Okay.
of season 2. And it's just a birthing of strategies, like I mentioned before,
Mhm.
from all of my life experiences. Yeah, the ups and the downs. So the head and the tail,
Yeah.
the yin and the yang.
So where can they listen at?
All of the traditional podcast
Okay.
platforms streaming, so iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher,
Hmm.
all those places.
Okay.
There's also, you can, if you don't have an app and you don't want to stream it that way, I think it's radio. I'd have to look at it.
Okay, that's fine. We can just tag it afterwards, probably.
Yeah.
Um, I had a question, but it's gone. It
That's
just flew
okay.
away. Oh yeah.
Room
Yeah.
for a different one. Room for a different
Exactly.
question.
So have you, have most of your shows been with other bands, or you have done shows yourself, or is this you kind of branching out recently to start your own thing and kind of explore what you want to do?
Ooh, good question. I would say the majority of my shows have been with other people,
Hmm.
either as a fiddle player, a singer, guitarist. I have a little duet that I do with my best friend. We
Hmm.
call it the Swivlets. That's a lot of
Nice.
fun. And then I play with my brother a lot. Love him. He's my fave. But this solo project is something I started honestly just like last year.
Oh,
So, yeah,
okay.
I've been playing music like my whole life and
Hmm.
writing songs and doing things. And I've performed off and on as a solo artist, but just now really getting to it.
So what are your plans? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself taking over the galaxy
Oh
with
yeah.
positive musical waves. Yes.
I like it. I think the world needs it.
Taking over with all the instruments,
with all of them
all of them.
simultaneously, even it just
Yes.
happens.
Hmm.
This is how positive it is.
It's truth.
So,
I
oh, go ahead.
No, go
No,
ahead. I feel like what you were gonna say is probably better. It's gonna be
well, no,
better.
because I was going to ask a question that I knew the answer to. It was about tour, but then you just said that just started, so you haven't toured. So with yourself, have you toured with other other bands or other people? Let me make the question make sense.
I have toured with other people. The Mulligan Brothers, a little bit with Roman Street,
Okay.
and back in the day, a couple of different groups that I did when, the younger years. So, the coolest trips I've gotten to do. Gosh, there's just a lot of really amazing places to play in the States. There really, really is. House concerts are incredible, little underground venues.
Hmm.
Love those. But we also got the chance to travel to Sweden and Ireland,
Very nice. That
Amsterdam.
is
Those were
amazing.
so cool. Yeah.
I can only imagine. Was that playing the violin or was that
Yes.
okay?
Fiddling.
Fiddling. Uh,
Fiddling.
is there a difference between violin and fiddle?
Gosh, I have to give this answer. One has strings and the other has strangs.
Uh,
It's no, really, it really is all in how you play it.
oh man. All right. Oh, all right. Focus. Whew.
Yeah, it's really a mood thing.
Yeah. I see. I love strings. I've never heard a strings orchestra play or heard strings live ever, and it's sad. Yeah, it's
What?
terribly sad.
Oh my goodness.
But I've always loved them. It's
Yes.
just I can't. I've tried to play violin. I can't do it. My hands just I hurt. I'm an old man.
It's
uh, cello is easier, I feel like, but I'm still just, the bow is just so, it's so counterintuitive to what I'm used to with guitar.
yeah,
Uh,
it's a beast. It really is an interesting switch.
yeah.
Strumming, finger picking to I have a stick in my hand now.
So do you play banjo as well? I know
I
you play all of
do.
them, but
Right. I play all of them and banjo.
and banjo.
And banjo. That's one of my newest instruments,
Yeah.
actually, is banjo.
I
I do
f-
love a good banjo.
Do you play ocarina?
Of course.
Okay.
Le-
Wes Johnson, melody is the best.
only when I'm on 64 as Link.
Okay. Thank you. Melody is the best. I synced her live a ton of times. Super impressive. Super impressive, baby. Super impressive. Thanks,
Oh,
Wes
thank you.
Johnson.
Oh,
I don't know why I
thanks,
said thank you.
Johnson.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you, Wes Johnson.
Uh, so, uh, what drives you to want to do this? What drives you? I know that you say you care about people, but what led you to start to care about people? Has it always been there, or is it, did you live a life that made you want to, or...
That's a really good question. I think that I've sort of had a caring heart since I was a tiny human. And I just watched so many people around me go through some dark times and dark struggles, and wanting to be the person that can help with that.
No.
Realizing that we all have to fight our own battles, and, I'm not going to be like a savior or, superhero or anything. But I found that sometimes just having company or somebody listen or feel the same thing that you're feeling can be like, oh, wow, okay, I'm human. This is okay. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get there,
Knowing you're not alone in any
Yeah.
type of struggle is so massive.
Mm.
Knowing, I mean, even it's as terrible as it sounds, knowing people are suffering with you, it
Yeah.
means that, gives you some type of connection with somebody.
Right. Yeah. And it's just kind of this concept. It's not that you're excited that anyone else is suffering at all, like you said.
No.
It's just that you're like, oh, I'm not the outlier.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing's wrong with me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if there is something wrong, mentally, that's okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah, exactly.
So Mike asks, which musicians or bands have inspired you?
Oh, good. Nickel Creek, anything that Chris Thiele has done, the Goat Rodeo Project, just all the things that, those things. I mentioned earlier, Dream Theater, like really classical music in general. I listen to string quartets. That's a thing. Moya, Inya. I used to listen to X-Toll a lot. That's pretty like heavy, but there's a lot. There is a whole heck of a lot.
So when you listen to music, when you do you listen to it or do you listen to it? That's a weird thing to ask. But for me, when I listen to like cinematic orchestras or pieces like that, I don't just listen to it. Like I break down every instrument as I listen, and I can hear where everything is going. Is that how you kind of hear music as well?
It really depends on the situation, and it also kind of depends on like my brain's mood.
Yeah.
But
okay. Yeah, I get that.
But often I really am picking it apart. So sometimes, when I'm like riding down the road in my car, I'm not listening to music. I'm not listening to anything. I'm just like in silence, because my brain will do that thing where I'm like, oh, here, that bass part's interesting. I don't think that's mixed very well.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
That note should have gone up right there.
Right. Listen to those chords. That's interesting. Yeah. So sometimes I just like turn everything off, because I've already got like a song going on in the back of my head anyway. So.
Well, that was actually my next question. As far as your writing process goes, do you hear a song and then start and go, or do you sit down and just kind of go, or can you walk us a little bit through your writing process?
Definitely. It hits a lot of the time when I'm just walking around, chopping a cucumber,
Yeah.
taking a shower, suddenly I'm just like, I'm singing this thing and I'm like, is that mine or is that somebody else's? And I'm like singing, I'm like, oh no, that's mine.
Yeah, that
Whip
moment's like,
out my
wait.
phone and and just seems like I have so many recordings on my phone. You know that little free like voice memo that you get on your phone? Hundreds of snippet. I'll literally wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like grasp for my phone. I'm like,
I mean,
ah.
that's amazing that you can have the resiliency to do that, though. Like I roll over and turn off my alarm. I couldn't wake up and sing in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, well I do go back to sleep if I can, if I'm not, if I don't pop awake and insomnia is like, gotcha.
Yeah, see, that's my issue is I'll go down and lay to bed and then just wide awake, and then I'll just start to hear these orchestral pieces, and I'm just like, but I'm not. I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I can't do this right now, brain.
Why now? Why? Yeah. Disclaimer. When I go to listen to those snippets that I've recorded in the middle of the night that were just, revelation, my trip, my ticket to the galaxy, they're not always awesome.
Well,
sometimes I'm like, what?
What was I thinking?
Yeah, I can't hear myself even.
Well, but even then, you might make a sound somehow and be like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. How did I make that sound? So you never know. True.
Yeah, that's what I'm holding out for.
Yeah, you'll get cold one day from sleep singing.
Title of my next album: Sleep Singing.
I wrote all these songs in my sleep.
Sleep singing with all the instruments.
With all of the instruments.
Ever.
And banjo.
Yeah.
Now with added banjo.
No, with banjo. That's my bonus track.
All right. Whew. Composure. So hold on, I got it.
Deep breaths. I feel like my dog's being way too quiet. I think he's chewing on something he should not be chewing on.
That tends to happen with animals.
I know. He's a puppy too.
What kind of dog is it?
He's only 8 months. He's a Shih Tzu. You want to see?
Yeah.
He's great. Okay. Come here. Oh yeah, he's definitely got something he shouldn't have. Okay. I'm gonna get him.
Okay.
Think good thoughts. Good boy. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
This is Atlas.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, I can't hear.
Oh.
Right.
He's adorable.
Oh, thank you. He is awesome.
Yes. So you said 7 months?
Yeah. He's well, maybe he's 8 months now. Almost 8 months.
This year's gone by fast.
I know. It really, really has. Really has. Yeah, he's awesome company.
I can imagine. Like, have you had animals before?
Yes, I have. I also have a hedgehog. He's downstairs.
Okay.
But yeah, I have. That's kind of a long story how I got into hedgehogs. But I have a few other dogs that don't live with me because I share them with my mom. We're like co-parents.
You get visitation.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the only one that lives with me.
So when you go on tour, are they gonna or is Atlas and the hedgehog? What's the hedgehog's name?
Albert Einstein. Yeah, Albert Einstein. I call them my A team. Albert and Atlas. Yeah. The A team. Albert's actually been on tour with me before.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Does he go on stage with you as well?
He has. Usually they're nocturnal. So you can put them in like a little bag for animals, and he's just like
you just throw them in a bag.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
I'm like breathing mesh, I was not abusive, and I put food and water in the bag. So.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, just
Just dump the food and
Yeah,
water in
just
this.
totally. And yeah, really, it's a good setup.
It's really efficient.
It really is. It's true. He's, you know, very good traveling company.
The bag or the hedgehog?
The hedgehog.
So you also gonna get a bag for Atlas?
No, he's just gonna straight up be on
That's
stage.
fair. Okay.
I'm teaching him to play an instrument or just how,
I mean,
on cue.
do you think you could actually teach him to play an instrument though?
Probably.
You think
Probably like teach him to play the piano or something.
Probably.
Yeah. We'll work on it.
Just saying, that's some good stage presence.
It is.
I don't know how many bands have dog solos.
Suddenly, it does not matter that I'm there. It's really the dog that plays the piano.
It's the Atlas show at that point. Yeah, it's could backfire.
And I'm really okay with that.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Then all right, Atlas, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, if he brings the rest of the world as much joy as he brings to me,
then yeah, I mean that. I think the world definitely needs that.
He's got plenty of time to practice. Just we'll get on that.
So you said you're gonna be doing live shows and you're gonna be announcing those soon?
Yes, gonna do a couple coming up really soon. I think we'll be offering like the tickets on the Eventbrite.
Okay.
But I'll post later.
And I will share it. So
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're at 30 minutes. Did you want to keep going? I know you said you wanted to initially do 30.
Oh, it's totally up to you.
I mean,
more questions. I'm here. I can answer.
Well, I mean, I don't have any initial questions, but I can come up with questions for days. I mean, I could come in,
oh my God.
I ask a lot of things.
Well, good.
Like what kind of what's your favorite food? Like where would you like to perform the most?
Ooh, yeah.
Who is your biggest musical influence?
Cheese Nips, Red Rocks Amphitheater, my big brother.
Cheese Nips are your favorite?
Not Cheez-Its.
Not Cheez-Its. Cheese Nips. But they're
very important. Yeah, very important.
Yeah, no.
It'd be a good I'm just saying. Once you get on the Cheese Nips, I just don't feel like you can go back.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree. But that's okay.
Well, it's okay. I mean, original Cheese Nips are made with actual cheddar. Cheez-Its are not.
That's true. That is true. I never said that Cheez-Its were healthier.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that Cheese Nips has like monosodium glutamate in it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying that anyone listening should go out and start eating Cheese Nips. I'm just saying.
Use promo code Melody for 10% off of your next box.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to perform at say it again? Where was it?
Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Red Rocks Amphitheater. Why?
It's outdoors. It's a natural amphitheater. It's huge. You can see the moon while you're playing. It's just such a cool space. And so many people have played there. It's just got a really great, like, hollowed vibe,
So what would you want to just do your solo act? What do you see when you perform there, or when you're going to perform there, I should say?
Yeah. Oh, yes. When I'm going to perform there with all the instruments and a banjo, I will, and Atlas.
And oh no,
a band. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say Albert Einstein, but who forgets the hedgehog?
Right. No, he's just there.
Yeah. I mean, in the bag.
In the bag.
With the food and water.
It's a really nice bag.
Anyways, yes. With the what kind of music are you performing when you go in your mind? Right now.
A lot of originals.
No.
The kind of the Americana folk rock thing that I'm putting together. Yeah.
So are you looking to get a full band?
Yes.
So you are looking for members. What all are you looking for? To play the other instruments for you?
Right. Yes. All the other instruments.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. No, I'm thinking, a good solid like guitar player and I play the violin and maybe some like just multi-instrumentalists.
Yeah.
Instrument.
Instrumentalist? I can't
It
say
was
anything at all.
yeah. I I have a big vision, I think, for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picturing it as we're sitting here. It's
That's
good.
good. That's good. That is phenomenal. I think a lot of people our age, I don't know how old you are. And apparently, it's rude to ask how old you are, so I'm not going to do it. How old are you?
45.
45. Well, nice.
Between 25 and 45.
Awesome. That'll work. Yeah. So people our age, I think, have kind of lost that goal and that vision and that dream that they had. At least for myself, I did.
Yeah.
And I see it with people around that, that I know that are so talented, but Mobile has a tendency to be a black hole.
Sure.
Just because there's nowhere to utilize the talent we have. And it breaks my heart, which is kind of why I wanted to start Indieception and provide people that have the talent, the means to actually create their dreams.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So your brother
Cool.
is your biggest musical inspiration and influence?
Yes.
So what does he play everything and the banjo as well?
He does. He actually
does.
Yeah, like for real. Like would just rock a hurdy-gurdy. Like right now. He's older than me too, so when you have that older sibling and you're growing up, you're like, wow, they're like one step under God, like, so I was like, what everything he did, I'm like, I want to do that.
So do you think that pushed you to like a healthy rivalry to kind of get better at things to compete with him in a healthy way?
No, we never competed.
Really?
Actually kind of took very different paths musically.
Really?
Yeah, and he was always really supportive. He was never one of those like, I'm gonna like tease you till you cry people, like we had a lot of fun and we were close growing up, and I think it was a unique relationship, but yeah, he's just been kind of one of those people that was so supportive from the beginning and was so talented and didn't have like this kind of competitive thing over me that I just thought, hey,
that's awesome.
This,
That's good. That was you're a phenomenal musician, and you've always blown me away every time that I've seen you and sing and then your podcast, and you're extremely positive. It's I said it the other day, it's intimidating at times how positive you can be, because most people aren't that way these days, and so it's extremely refreshing.
Oh, thank you. Well, I appreciate it, and I've enjoyed your podcast. I went back and I was listening to you talk with, I think, Jesse, the chiropractor. You guys covered a lot of really cool topics.
Yeah, I really like Jesse, and I really like talking with him. And see, most of these podcasts and type videos aren't really podcasts yet. I'm kind of more documenting right now because mentally I'm still not ready to tackle everything. So I'm backlogging all this, so I'll be able to release everything and keep going on all multimedia when I'm ready. So are you using other social media platforms as well to grow your brand and to expand?
Right now I have Instagram and Facebook, and I recently got a Twitter like 2 months ago or something. So that's exciting.
I can see that you really put in some work there.
Yeah. No, I'm sort of just kind of trying to play it by ear. I haven't joined the TikTok craze, which I'm being told that that's like the new thing, but I just haven't got on that boat yet.
So, aside from the spying on you issue and all of that with TikTok, I think as far as a social media platform and marketing platform, it is amazing. For people that are doing brands and trying to start, it's just the organic growth is compared to anything that I've seen is crazy. Yeah. But at the same time, they're in a big scandal right now too. So, but Instagram and everything else, I think if you utilize it right, can help you grow as well. And then just I think that right now people want authenticity. You're authentic, and you're kind of that voice that people want to hear right now. If I'm being honest, people want and need that positivity in the world right now, because there's not much in it. And so I think, personally, I think you're going to go very far, and I see it. And so I do have a question for Mobile.
Yes.
So Mobile's music scene is kind of all over the place. Um, do you have any like input on how things can become better, more of a community, and bring people together to support artists and the music industry, and to kind of bolster these creative entertainment industries in Mobile, aside from New Orleans or I can't think of any other names right now, but uh,
Yeah. I think one of the really cool things about Mobile is that you can't pinpoint it for a specific genre.
mhm,
So I feel like that's something it's really got going for it,
yeah,
because you can go to the Mobile Symphony and you can see some pretty big name shows that have come through.
mhm,
Elton John, Bob Dylan, the Yellow Jacket Symphony. I think that locally we have a lot of singer songwriters. We have some pretty gifted R&B, rap.
mhm,
It's a lot, and I think historically Mobile has been a good launching pad
yeah,
for a lot of people. I don't know exactly how Mobile's future looks.
yeah,
um, just considering that a lot of people do leave
mhm,
Mobile. One of my favorite singer songwriters is Will Kimbrough, and he's in Nashville now,
yeah,
but what just a real great guy, real great human. And there's a lot of people that have had some pretty amazing roots
oh
in
yeah,
Mobile.
absolutely,
Yeah. So I think from what I can tell is it's not just a Mobile problem. I think a lot of cities have this sort of you get stuck
yeah,
where you're planted,
yeah,
which can be a good thing if you're willing to grow. But if you don't like move your roots to a little bit bigger of a pot,
mhm, yeah.
even if you're staying in the same location, then, it can tend to get stagnant.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people who aren't willing to change or grow, I've found, haven't left their home, or haven't traveled much, or haven't got to experience, different lifestyles and different experiences.
Yeah.
Um, and I agree. I constantly battle with myself about Mobile. I think that there's immense potential here.
Yeah.
But I also have to look at it realistically at times and say that, yeah, I mean, realistically, the opportunities are elsewhere. And for artists that are trying to do that right now, Mobile is a great growing spot. But
Yeah.
to get to the next point, so as far as that goes, are you trying to stay in Mobile? Are you gonna be traveling? Are you gonna be, what is after COVID and everything kind of clear up, but in the future?
Right. Yeah. I I'm traveling. So, Mobile will always be home,
Yeah,
but I'm definitely traveling and have, just I've lived in a couple of other places since Mobile, and I have family in Mobile, so I'm there a lot.
yeah,
But yeah, I think there's nothing terrible to say about Mobile. It's a great, great hometown to
yeah,
have. Yeah.
hometown.
So, and I think that a lot of people can make it a pretty amazing resource.
Hmm.
But everybody's journey is so different.
Yeah, oh
So
yeah,
I would love to say that I knew where like the city of Mobile's artistic future was sauntering off to.
I mean, I dream. If everyone were to make a push simultaneously together, it could be crazy.
Yeah.
But the chances of that happening are just, it's just, it might happen, it might not. We'll see.
Yeah.
you know, if it
Hopefully
doesn't,
after, quarantine lifts and there's the chance to do some like art walks and
hmm,
different outdoor festivals and things, I really feel like that's where Mobile shines.
yeah,
We had the glorious years of
yeah,
Bayfest that, sort of kind of dwindled and to the dying sunset, but I feel like that could happen again.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the 1065 that replaced the Bayfest?
Oh, they were doing a really good job. I played for it 1 year before Counting Crows,
Oh,
or with Counting Crows.
nice.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun, and I
And
think that
what did you
there's a.
play
I played with the Mulligan Brothers.
on the? You played with the violin then too.
Yes,
Gotcha. Okay.
violin and fiddle.
and
Yeah,
and every other instrument.
and banjo.
And
Not
awesome.
really. I didn't play banjo then.
You didn't play banjo?
No, I
Well,
didn't.
that.
I know we'll have to do a redo, but room for growth.
But room for growth.
Yeah.
Or another banjo.
Or another banjo.
Two banjos.
Yes.
Can you
Same
play
time.
two instruments at the same time?
Dueling banjos. Yes, actually. Well, I mean, I do this little thing where like I play the guitar and do feet percussion with a bass
Yeah.
drum and tambourine, I feel like that counts.
I mean, you're technically playing two instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you wanting to do a song?
Yes, I had prepared to have my
Awesome.
guitar here.
Well, I will. I don't want to just be sitting here staring at you.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like, I don't think you're singing to me. So,
Right.
I don't know how to turn off my video and just watch you. Hold on.
I'm tuning.
I couldn't hear that.
Okay. Can you hear this?
No, I could. Yeah, no, I was completely kidding. All right. How do I maximize that?
Am I a tiny window? In
Well, you're the same size as me. Like, can I make you full screen?
Make it vanish.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna be staring at you then.
You can always do like camera trick and just kind of like hold a notebook in front of the like you're like
Nope.
do not here.
You said you don't get nervous, so
It's good. No, I'll take it. What would be even greater is if I just maintained like really good
Perfect eye contact,
the whole
yeah.
time. Yeah. No
all
blinking.
right, no blinking.
Yeah, just kidding. No, it's not gonna happen.
All right, I'm
play
gonna.
a song from the upcoming album. Yes, which hopefully will be released sooner than later. It's called Cardinal.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna mute so that I don't, so they can't hear me at all. So
Okay.
go.
Heads up, there's a thunderstorm outside my window, so we'll. I don't treat you like a mockingbird, so don't treat me like a hen. I don't turn with every morning to stay inside your wall. You may have sung your song, but you have got to form some words. I can't understand the meaning of you shuffling through the woods. So, oh, you might you be a blue jay to me, yeah. So what's this thing with the Cardinal? tip to tip, the colors of your wings get in my skin. It's so easy for me to say let go, hold on, give up, give in. You may have sung your song, but if you think you're keeping me, I don't fly the way the wind blows. There's other ways to be free, and you might think you'll be a blue jay to me, yeah, yeah. So what's this thing with the Cardinal? Be a blue jay to me, yeah, yeah. So what's this thing with the Cardinal?
Whew! Boy. So, can I just say that I don't know what to call it, but I think it's called the voice, like a voice break, where you go into your falsetto and your highs.
Oh, yeah?
It's amazing. It's phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Whew, so good. And then you're whistling. Jesus.
Oh, hey, thanks.
It's so good.
Oh.
Man, that was really good. Wow.
Appreciate it.
I'm blown away by the whistle, because I've always done like.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
I used to do it in class a lot because I didn't pay attention. But so hearing it was great, dude.
Oh,
phenomenal.
I think I've been told that my great granddad could whistle. So
really?
Apparently I inherited it from him.
Is whistling an inheritable
Apparently.
thing?
Yeah. Maybe there's a shape in the the mouth.
It's probably the same thing that lets you play all instruments.
Right.
Realistically. Probably that one. Well, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you so
once
much.
again, shout out yourself. Tell everyone who you are and why they should support you, because it's clear.
Thank you. I am Melody Duncan. You can find me at melodyduncanmusic.com. melodyduncanmusic.com. And also you can check out The Head and Tail. That's on Instagram and all other podcast platforms. Season 2 coming up this coming Monday, depending on when you're listening to this, but August 2020.
Yeah, there's no telling. I mean, people are in and out live, but I'm not sure when I'm actually going to be able to process the videos.
Hey, yeah.
Depends on a lot of things.
If you want an email update, you can sign up on my website, and you can be a part of my wolf pack.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Very nice.
Join my wolf pack.
Well, thank you once again. If you would like to do this again sometime, absolutely.
Yes.
You might understand this, but it was extremely difficult for me not to try to play along in some way, because I haven't.
We can make it happen.
I haven't played with musicians in a long time.
Since quarantine? Yeah.
No, longer than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's been years since I really picked up my guitar and played it.
Oh, hey now. Yeah, we can make it happen.
I mean, you teach me cello.
Okay.
And then we'll make beautiful music.
Excellent.
Alrighty. Well, thank you again.
Apparently, you can do that on a platform now.
What?
You can play together.
There's there's very little. Yeah, there's very little latency nowadays. So, I mean, I'll all for it.
Yeah. Stay tuned, viewers.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. And
Thank you. Appreciate
take
it.
care. All righty. I don't know how to end these things. Like, do I end it before I end the call with you, or do I end the stream before I end the call with you? Like, it's so awkward. I don't know.
Oh gosh, yeah, I don't know. That's the thing.
Okay.
Maybe it depends on who you're talking with. Like, if
I
you're...
know. I feel like I'm supposed to be talking to you, but I also want to interact with people that might be watching. So it's like, it's just to
Oh,
work.
I mean, like, maybe it depends on who your guest is. If you're just like, I'm gonna leave now, like, end everything, like, bye.
I want to be gone. Well, see, then I'll accidentally end the stream and not end the call, and I'll be like, and I'm like,
oh, whoops, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm actually ending everything now. Thanks a lot.